Okay. How's your coffee? Good. Okay. And we said it's labeled conceptually as this or that, conventionally. And although we apprehend all these various phenomena, and you, me, and also there are the various phenomena. We labeled this and that. And you discovered how to say it? Two extreme and also four extremes. I discovered more than that. I don't know. And according to these conceptual imputations or labeling without analysis, and I have kind of conceptually to extreme of the birth. I am born. Yes, I am born. Which date? 1963. Oh yeah. I born. Conceptually, I like kind of imputate. And also, I discovered extreme of the death sensation. Some is like kind of these scandals, 5 scandals, rotten, or old, or collapsed. And I'm like says that is the cessation. It's stopped. That is also imputations. And also says, where are you come from? It's come from very far from Tibet. Oh, yes, come from. Maybe, I don't know, it's come from very far. And also it's like conceptually, that house, me, something is permanent, forever. Or really, oh yes, mountains, rocks, environment is large, big, is a permanent. Permanent? Are you permanent? Is conceptually imputed, is permanent. And also it's like something is more, and someone is collapsed the aggregates. These compounded, one sand, pipes, and disappeared. That is disappeared, nothing left. And that is nihilistic idea, conceptual ideas. And that is also is kind of the conceptual label, this and that. And it's also, it's like I'm saying, they are moving. I'm called the transmigrators in the space, or I don't know, on the ground. It's moving, going. You see the going? Yes. Are you sure? Yes, this is going. I'm falling into the extreme of the going. And also that is the conceptual label. And also it's like single. Your body, house, mountain, and one atom or many atoms. Single. My body is one atom. No. Before you said, you take this finger to put there, you lose your one atom. This is atoms. Really? I thought it's a single, one atom. And no, trillions there is atoms. Therefore, you say it's the selflessness. And like this. And then it's like, also we say, that is also is like conceptual label, this and that. And also conceptually, not like this. 5 aggregates is different. Form, formation, like perception, sensation, or consciousness. They are completely different. And like this. That is the conceptually imputed, but single or different, actually we don't know, but they're holding conceptual. Then I discovered 8 extreme, 8 extremes by the conceptual labeled and the kind of the exaggerated things. Okay, if you want to count birth, sensation, coming, and permanent, nihilistic, going, and single, and different. Then there are 8, isn't it? And this is like kind of the elaborated, and it's a conceptual imputation. We need to go beyond. And I said that if your basic ground, nature of your realities is not birth, not sensation, not coming, not permanent, not nihilist, not going, not single, not different, is free from the 8 elaborations. That is your basic ground, your nature of the realities. And therefore, here it says, various phenomena. You include it like this. And then is when we are investigate and search for what's behind the labeling, it cannot to be found. That is correct if we are investigate to analyze. And if you want, if you like, that is the most point. If you don't want, okay, we can to follow like this, just. And one is in Tibet, one Lama, his brothers died. And his mother is a very special lady. And she saw his young son died, but he's completely followed the illusion, like a kind of hallucinations. And the mother's going, are you dead? You confused. Mom, shut up. I am a nice place. Don't listen. What you can do, you cannot do nothing. And she talked to her old son to say, can you help your youngest brothers? Oh, I thought he can to manage it. He went to talk to, and he saw the brother, and after died. He's just like drunk by the hallucinations. And this is something, he's carrying one piece of the firewood that's going on. Singing, dancing, this is a joke. And to go into something he has hallucinations. And then it's like brother says, can you listen to me? What I need to listen to you. And you are dead. No, this I don't believe. I'm not dead. I'm going. And he's like insistent, like kind of that. And then finally he carefully listened. You died like this. You did. You are in the part of the like kind of the coming. And then he start thinking, oh yes. Now it's when I analyze really, yes, I did. Then they did something to make the kind of, that is the karma limba, the master's name. But anyway, we are like kind of completely drunk. Our hallucination, our confusion, and our like kind of the conceptual follow up our conceptual imputations, and falling all the time as this 2 extreme or 4 extremes or 8 extremes. And then you sometimes to teachings like kind of the a little bit, hey, can you make free from that? You analyze. Why I need to analyze? I have a life, family, material. Okay, it's nice husband, nice wife. We are lovely families. I don't want to. And sometimes I want to meditate because my husband disturbed me. Sometimes I want to meditate because my wife disturbed me. And this kind of, meditation, mindfulness. Close the eyes, sitting. But thinking maybe beer, the love story, guitar music, I'm not sure. Analyze really what in the Mipham Rinpoche described these things, and to approach your own nature. Buddha, he realized his own nature. Says there's extremes, 2 extremes or 4 extremes, 8 extremes. It's arising from your natural realities. These varieties of the appearances also arise from your natural reality. That is, I'm saying, ground, universal ground, nature of your like kind of basic. That is the inconceivable. It is unexpressible. And it's like kind of to go beyond anything else. But arise everything naturally, automatically. And this is like kind of that we want to approach to base this universal ground, nature of reality. You don't need to realize nature of the others. Maybe you are researching this mountain, universal, solar systems, tiring. Okay? Very much tiring. When you realize this nature, what is the benefit to yourself? You realize that external, this phenomena, you realize that nature, this phenomena never ever truly existence. Never. Actually, it's come from your mind. It's all the appearances is produced by your mind. And your own appearances, your own body, speech, your own 5 scandal, your own faculties, your own principal mind, or the factor of the minders. Everything is produced by your own nature. This is, we are researching. That is, we say, the self-nature. This nature is to realize it as yourself. Others, I realize that your nature, but I don't realize that my nature. What is the benefit? You realize that my nature, but you don't realize that your What? We can to say Buddha, he realized it himself. He realized his own nature, but how much is the benefit for us? We see Buddha statues, listen to teachings, but still we are ordinary beings, people. But Buddha, he said, I give you methods how I realized my own nature. This method, this tool you use, maybe you can rely on the special technicians. Using these my tools, to you use like this, and you can to achieve same level. Because you can to realize with your own nature, you become the same as me. You don't need to expect or pray to the Buddha. You pray yourself. That is the point. That you externally to looking something endless. And we in the Buddhist point of view, we call the six between. Birth between, born and to die. Dream between, when we go to sleep, in the morning wake up. And meditation, short times, we meditate and to stop this. After it's like between of the death, collapse our like kind of element until we separate mind and body. There's a between. And then it's like there's the reality between, but they may be short. And then becoming, and then you reborn, reborn, going on. But actually no existence of the birth. You are a circle of the in your nature, but you don't understand. Useless. Nature reality. For instance, maybe if I have big gold, I don't recognize the gold as gold. I think maybe it is stone or some strange stone. If I'm carrying, it's so heavy. I don't want, because it's what it is. I throw out. Someone has to get that. Well, okay, I will take this. This is gold. Then I say, this was mine. Sorry. You have your own gold. You never recognize yourself to searching others' gold. Others' gold is maybe they take. It's useless. Your own gold to recognize. My stone gold is I recognize. It's benefit. Like this, your own in gold of the natural reality. That is the main point. And that is you need to research in the Buddha's main message. You have faith in me or devotion or pray in me. It's just a kind of without understanding your nature realities. It's a condition here. We are connected to the enlightened, some compassionate to related. Maybe it's conditions. For example, sunlight is making condition all the green vegetations. It's give a little bit in order to grow up. And the but actually grow up its seed itself, not sunlight is grow up. Therefore, it's enlightened. We say it's like compassionate, enlightened, maybe to give a little bit conditions. One is we rely on the teachers telling to us, like kind of how you can to realize your own nature. Then easily, more like kind of the, how do you say, it's like instructionally, or like kind of the more easily like this. And then finally, inside you realize that you don't need teacher. In the history of in Tibet, some students, they met the qualified teacher. Maybe they stay with teacher 6 years. Maybe 10 years or more than 10 years, then you don't need. During this, we need to put effort. Last time I sent message in the ZZPR, make joke. You see in Tibet, monks and nuns, they're researching the dharmas and snowstorms, and like kind of they are sitting outside. Teacher has small house, sitting teachings. Outside there to cover the day like kind of snow and cold. Almost there no caution but sitting outside, listen these things. But in our West, sometimes I'm seeing students relaxedly and just enjoyfully we need to be enlightened. A little bit to think. We can do any kind of things to succeed, that we need to put a little bit yourself to searching. If you haven't got any interest, then want to say I'm a same like kind of worst person. When I went to the monastery, I'm a critical person, very much curiosities. How it is going on, which kind of monasteries, everybody prayer, making mandala, dharma, these things beautiful, but I don't understand the reason. For me, it's what it is. I think it's have desire. From sea is like a rainbow ladies. Mind is going towards like this. In the monasteries, beautiful things there is going, rituals, melodies, and Dharma instrument. Well, nice, but don't understand. Okay, follow faith every day. Went to university. I received the first time 37 of the practice of the Buddhism. Afterwards, wow, now I have these opportunities. And then I'm a very bad student. Makes sense. A little bit life. I don't want to stupid to follow. I my own analyze, more could deep, how I can to follow, how I can to research. If I don't put effort, if I don't to really to study, teachers what can do? Teachers coming to front of you. Now I will tell you. Never in Tibet say. You need to go to ask. Can you teach me how it is? And also, for example, some of my teachers, you need to very capably to them all the times go to their ask. Don't disturb to me. And maybe it's like how it is. Today is good, and then you can ask. Some teachers, if you ask to the Dharma, very, very happy, immediately telling to you. No. And if you have funny things, talks, and then, for example, one like teachers, their students, it's not much interest like this, Dharma is like this and that, I don't understand. And then the teachers look at this student. Oh yeah, okay, very nice, okay. Yeah, then let's go, okay, nice. Inside, desperate teacher, because this one's not really to study, not to analyze, and just to follow up on ideas. If you teach is correct, reject, then what can a teacher do? Okay, whatever you want, you can to follow. If you become angrily to teacher to tell, maybe the teacher is not really kind, aggressive. I don't want. And if you deeply, so complicated, I don't want. Then this kind of, once this are made, yeah, okay, I think, yeah, you understand, that's, okay, like this. Then it's sad. It's like kind of this, someone is like really too serious like this is coming. Sometimes you understand, teachers, yes, that's no problem. Mood, you don't understand what happened, stupid, you are ignorant and numb. Oh, really? Okay. Some you are honest that you don't understand, they're raising you a little bit understand, fantastic. This student is really determinedly wanted. Then you don't understand, teachers supporting to you. And okay, like this, there's the. But someone is like immediately, I'm intelligent, I know, I'm like an arrogant, like the teacher never angry, but never kind, but okay, you understand. Then it's very much sad the things. For example, in sometimes our condition in Europe, maybe to be honest to yourself, honest. You want to really to realize it, your own natural reality, or you want to follow different religions. That is the choice. And that is like this. Therefore, here is like more analyze and to researching the natural reality. And in the Buddhist point of view, we normally coin emptiness and interdependencies. And we talk about relative and absolute. And the relative point is all these relative are, when we are really to analyze, it is part of the absolute. Absolute is to manifest it is relative, these things. In the relative point is all the follow-up, the inevitable of the causalities, is like candle. But you have insight, realization of the absolute truth, your own ground nature. And your point of view, you go beyond the birth, old age, sickness, death. And you realize that these things is like kind of your own like kind of things. And then you are the externally, you like looks like you're normal. Before you are, for example, you call the, I don't know, John, or no, son, or no, how do you say, one person, and it's you enlightened, but you don't need to change nose, eye, big nose, small nose, beautiful or not beautiful, just to keep as it is. Insight completely changed, totally changed. That's we needed, and therefore, okay, and therefore, like when we are investigate and research for what's behind the labeling. It is cannot be found. Can you find? I call the computer. Can I find really computer? I say this is computer. Not. There are so many. Which part of computer? Like a motherboard or BIOS or different card, hard disk. There's so many particles. And this which part is really computer? You give name computer up or down. This like you realize like this, computer is only abstract name. Just you conceptual imputed. It's called the computer. Computer is never, ever existence. This is like candle. And therefore, you whatever you labored these things are, you research, investigate, very difficult to find something. That maybe we need to research. Then is the next ones to say, and when we are reach the ultimate true indivisibility, true indivisible, we researched this label phenomena to check there's two things. One is the time, one is the particles. These two are the everything is. All these phenomena like comes from the time and particles. Particle come from the Big Bang. Really? Is our like kind of there's science guy he wanted to in the Switzerland. You know, one is a particle send it bang, and then it's like kind of all the splinters of the particles, and then universe is started. This very lovely, you know, lovely or the lovely. Why? Then this particle, Big Bang, where it's come from? Which kind of particles collected? If you say it's only energy is come, then this Big Bang's energy, there's no particle, no like a particle splittings. And then it's just conceptually, probably, probably, yes, Papa said, probably in the space there is one atoms like this, and one is like I saw the science and says, and science, oh, Big Bang. The words come from Big Bang. We are not yet found it. Or maybe it's God created, because God to collect the atoms to make that. No, not like this. Okay, then is this, then is this Big Bang is crushed to grab, to crush it, and then is a lot of and then it's like solar system, universe is like coming. It, like a kind of the one water balloon. Water balloon is we are on the hanging there. And someone's hit it and explodes. Water splinters everywhere. And then we say, there's piece of water, there's piece of water, there's piece, because this one is exploded, then water. Like this is in the space, there's countless universe, solar systems, and this particle is come from Big Bang. But then this, the hanging water, where it's come from? Waters before there is already existence, and then this Big Bang or big balloon of waters, another Big Bang, or another Big Bang, another Big Bang, and Big Bang is endless. Then I think it's the end is Big Bang is come from the natural reality or God. There's two ways. No chance. Can you tell me science? Big Bang. Before Big Bang, there's atom particles? No. Okay, like this. Therefore, now it's like I'm talking about this two indivisible. One is like kind of the indivisible of the momentary. One is indivisible of the particle. This is like kind of the two indivisibles, the ultimately. But this is like kind of the very much conceptual labor. One is like the researchers to research all this universal bedding bladder is. For example, now I would to say the science point. I'm not sure. I will have questions, Matthew and this all the solars and this universe is made by Big Bang or this like three inseparable of the potent Newton electronic. Who is first? Big Bang. Before Big Bang, there's a potent Newton electron, no existence. Oh my God. Then is Big Bang itself is produced who? No. Big Bang produced, okay? Big Bang produced potent Newton electronic, yes? Then Big Bang itself? Huh? You're not sure? But,
even older.
but for example, if science, light is traveling, okay?
Yeah.
Light itself has proton, neutron, electronic?
No.
No.
Light is one of the elementary particles.
And for example, light is where it's come from.
Yeah, all of these.
Light.
Yeah, it's also coming from the Big Bang. All of it is coming, but what we know now is just up to
My meaning is, okay, before the Big Bang,
yeah.
what is the existence?
Yeah, this we don't know. How can we know? That's what I'm saying. We only know.
Okay, but before the Big Bang is like kind of what is the cause of the Big Bang?
Yeah. So about this, we can have some theories, of course, and it's more like some people are saying it's naturally or quantum fluctuations or like there are several theories, but
Okay, yeah.
it's more like a choosing there.
Yeah, but it's the analysis of the science is fantastic. For instance, now is here is we true indivisible. It's exactly in the Buddhist research like this, and some is like low class, okay, low class. They like research, like they research is these things. We use true tools, like the time and particles. These particles, you check this, the indivisible. Indivisible means you cannot touch, you cannot to see. This kind of time, like a nano or nano, like this kind of particle is existence. And then from that to accumulated, and then is kind of the big buildings. And also time is like kind of the momentary natures. Momentary nature, then when you are looking at the three timers, past, future, and the between is like this. Between is not only single one. You need to divide it. This one is like in the middle one is connect to the past, connect to the future. Then this one's not middle. You need to go to, between. Then finally there is like nano, time is a second. For example, science doing like this, go to deep and deep and deep. And then finally you cannot divide it, and that is the indivisible, like momentary. These two are the like kind of the ultimate. Ultimate is not really the view of the Madhyamika, okay? Middle way. But some point of view, it is like this, tiness. And this kind of research is, but of course in the Buddhist, if you are there really to research deeply, particles point of view, I'm like kind of comparing this. Why is I'm saying like I don't need to follow up this science, they're different, but in our moderns to communicate it is very important, okay? I'm kind of asked to thanks for the give information is to like this. Also is I'm like kind of the neurologist. One is like a neurologist and someone's accept like kind of the consciousness. And someone is like most science, neurology sciences, they totally reject it. It's because it's what we have memory is a brain. And like then they are communicate, okay. Then is the neurologist ask to you say it's like no memory. And brain, as a brain is like something is particles, and here, and then electricity is going around, something is there is memory, like a robot. But then it's a robot and the memory is a little bit, but you go to deep in the particle something. Some in these neurologists, you go to deeply, probably then the memories comes from that. Maybe this, you have imaginations, there's no kind of definitions. For example, in the Buddhist research of the mind, principal mind, 50 the mental factors, through the analysis of the meditations, like the karma body meditation, vipassana meditation, to analysis, to establish the scriptures so definitive, profoundly. This sort of like, not really, but anyway, this to combine and a little bit to possible to communicate. Now most science can communicate with its Buddha like teaching. Therefore, holiness all the time is meeting them. Before, it's almost science is so arrogant. We don't want to. If you use our terminology, we can to communicate. You don't use our terminology like a brain, like kind of the big bang or this sort of them. If you don't use, you just religious word, we don't want it. Now, science is sometimes really middle way. Some science is very much middle way. Is honest, really researching. Then is they look at to learning the Buddha's teachings. Then they are really very much approach each other. And then many sciences says like incredible guys, maybe they haven't got any faith, but this India, Siddhartha is incredible. His teachings like more deep and deep than even the science cannot compare. He's like teaching more deep because that times Buddha he didn't use any kind of microscope or like kind of machines. It's through his own wisdoms, through the own like through the meditations, realize that the natural realities is like this. And but in the conventional, in our, it's a little bit. For example, myself, I'm talking myself. Okay, it's I have like kind of sometimes two minds. One mind is very much hesitation. I don't want to practice. I don't want to do like this. And what is this religious hesitation, lack of the faith, devotion, blah, blah. Other one is that, yes, I want to practice, I want to start. Then they are struggling. And other ones are like kind of the teachings to analysis to coming. Other ones reject. And then they are struggling and communicated, which is reasonable. And sometimes this part is losing. Okay, now I'm going to meditate. Like this. If you are not losing, doubters cannot take out, then sometimes. Therefore, if someone say, I think this is the truth, maybe that I need to accept it. In the Buddhist systems, not like this, okay? If you are followed any kind of spiritualities, you should to analyze. You should to analyze what you need to analyze. View, meditation, conduct. And in the like kind of in the like Buddhist path, for instance, myself, why I am viewpoint, very deep, very reasonable, very much shakeable, like kind of you are thinking view. And you look at the conduct, like view and conduct is very important. Meditation is connectors. And conduct is related to the compassion, kindness. This is the most time is like talking about the six conduct, like six generosity, the paramitas. And it's such a kind of the beneficial, unbiased, like kind of the economic, like a more democratic way. There is a man or woman, poor or rich, everybody is like equally concerning. If you practice Buddha Dharma, Buddha's teachings, you concerning like everybody equally, and if you see some sufferings, your mind throws automatically intention to coming. Then a little bit, very much conduct also like this. For example, sometimes also in the Buddhism, very much narrow, very much kind of focus our lineages, our societies, our tradition. This sort of a little bit too much for me. And it's like reality Buddha's teachings, like more openness and tolerant and study It's like you be tolerant, but you need to study. For example, if like true dish, you looks like both is so delicious, wonderful, elegant, design, everything. Maybe one is poison, one is real food. If you are like kind of the poison is more beautiful, and then the real food, then you without analyze what you are going to eat, you don't know. You need to investigate to a little bit how it source everything. Then if you investigate to analysis, and then you can to get really what is the food. You without analyze, this part is beautiful, nice, you eat maybe poison. And in the Buddha's teachings, you don't follow, you destroy yourself, you destroy a lot of lifetimes. Therefore, this analysis and this kind of philosophical and view of the middle way is like really tool in order to your path to clarify and to make the sure like this. And therefore, it's like kind of this extreme, that extremes, that is like this. Then finally, you need to decisive, definitive. It is what it is. Okay, this maybe we can do, 5 minutes is too late. And too indivisible during the lunch times, and ask to peerless to teacher, and also listen to these times. And this Lama's teaching is, hey, take care. The mind is a little bit like, map. This. All over the map speech, sorry. And like this, okay, thanks for your listen. Ugly speech. And sonam the tam jezupanya, tomnini budano, tom cheganan chivala tripaya, serpentole in drogondroa, cho, shoncho sencho rumbo, che, mahi, panohi. Kone kondan perwa shows. Kongri ravi kor shin comes pendon deva madu yenen zewan tanza jansoy yape santi pad danger ji on benza sato sam mani pa de no pati tanda don